Welcome to Wavemakers, the podcast where we dive into the stories of bold thinkers, trailblazers, and innovators who are making waves in their communities, industries, and beyond. Together, we'll explore the ideas, challenges, and victories of people who are shaping the future. At Wavemakers, we bring you thought-provoking conversations with those who are pushing the boundaries, defying expectations, and creating impact in their own unique ways. While we're proudly produced by Rio Salado College, a place that values lifelong learning and community impact, this podcast isn't just about education. It's about real-world stories of passion, perseverance, and progress. So, if you're ready to dive deep into the big ideas and get inspired by those who are making waves, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Welcome to Wavemakers. We're very excited to have new guests in the studio with us today from the City of Tempe. In case you didn't know, Rio Salado College is located in Tempe, Arizona. My name is Michelle Reese. I am the program manager for communications here at the college. As part of this community, we work closely with our business industry and elected officials, as well as our community partners, to build the workforce here in our community so that we can benefit everybody who lives here and provide a better stream of income for community members, provide a better lifestyle for community members. And we like to be the community college of choice for those who live in Tempe. I will invite our guests. Robin, if you want to start us out.
Yes, thank you, Michelle. Very happy to be here. Thank you. I am Robin Arredondo-Savage, and I am the president and CEO of the Tempe Chamber of Commerce. And we are the voice for business here in the City of Tempe. And we really do enjoy our partnership with Rio Salado College. So thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. And now from the City of Tempe, Lisa.
Thank you very much. My name is Lisa Hausz. I'm a program manager in the Economic Development Division for the City of Tempe. And thank you for inviting me. Robin and I have not had a chance to sit down and strategize yet on a lot of items, so I'm really pleased to be here. So thank you for inviting me.
This is going to be a fun conversation, I know, but let's go ahead and get started then. From both your vantage points, we're here to talk about economic development, workforce development, education, and how they all coincide and work together in the community. From your vantage points, why is higher education such a key part of building a strong economy, especially as industries shift and new employers move into the area, as we know that happens here in Tempe? Robin, you want to get us started?
Yeah, happy to. I think that higher education, all education is very essential to the success of our businesses, whether they are longstanding businesses that have been here and maybe need some different types of skills within their area of what their business is. But also when attracting businesses to Tempe, it's so important that we continue to hear is they want to be here because of the skilled workforce. And nobody can put together that skilled workforce better than our higher education partners. And I think even with Rio Salado and their flexibility to be able to bring the right skills at the right times is essential.
Lisa, as you start into this question, maybe share a little bit about the City of Tempe right now and what economic development looks like.
Wow, that's a loaded question.
I know, sorry.
So in economic development in the City of Tempe is really fourfold. We work with attraction, we work with business retention and expansion, we work with marketing, outreach, small business, entrepreneurship, and workforce development. And then our other hat is on redevelopment of strategic locations across the city. So we have our hands in quite a bit across the city. So it's critical that we have partners. The Chamber is a huge partner. Of course, our Maricopa Community Colleges, including Rio, are part of that. When it comes to workforce, and Robin nailed it on attraction, that when companies are looking to locate, they look for land, they look for labor, and they look for location. So the labor is a key ingredient in that, and we are fortunate to be in a growing area. For job growth projected in the area is huge. We're going to surpass the U.S. rates in job growth over the next 10 to 15 years by nearly close to 15% growth just in job growth here in the area.
What do you think that's attributed to?
being a transplant from the Toronto area, I attribute it to the weather. I love the weather here, so that's great. But we are a hub. If we talk to our state, to our regional players, to our local municipal partners, this is a hotbed for innovation, for manufacturing, for growth, high tech, healthcare, construction. Almost every sector is a huge target in the Valley area. So in Tempe sits right in the middle of that. So we're very fortunate to see that growth.
I think you're right about that. Tempe being central to all of the places to reach around here. That it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to the airport. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump to the West Valley, the East Valley. I think for those who aren't familiar with the Tempe area, we are really in the center of everything going on here in the Valley, especially the East Valley. As you talk about those businesses that are attracted to Tempe, what in-demand skills or emerging business sectors are you seeing develop in the community, Lisa? And how can educational partners prepare residents for those types of opportunities that may arise?
That's a great question. We've been out talking to our employers from all different sectors. And one of the key things that we're hearing, they need skill sets across every level of employment. So from entry level all the way to their C-suite, and they are looking for people. And one of the challenges that we're trying to address and look forward and using our partners for our community college group too is bringing the entry level into the workforce and then letting them see the opportunities once they hit either the manufacturing floor or an office building and see where they can go and take their careers with higher education, but getting them into the entry level area. One of the key demands we're seeing is really on our production floors across all of our manufacturing sectors.
Building those skills from the beginning really set up employees for that future growth. And I know it's so important, and Robin, you may be able to speak to this a little bit, for employers to hold on to those employees, because that attrition, that turnover can be really expensive. So, again, kind of the same question to Lisa, but, what skills are these employers asking for, looking for, and then what can employees do to help gain those skills?
Well, I think Lisa nailed it. First and foremost, it's a wide variety from entry level to advanced skills. There's a lot of different things that the businesses are looking for. But one of the things, when we work with our businesses and we try to build really great relationships with them, is what they're finding is some of these entry-level type of positions or just some of these new employees that are coming could really use some education with some soft skills too. Yes. And that one of the things that seems to be missing is the ability, I wouldn't say the ability, but necessarily the skill in just relationship building and networking and really understand the importance of outreach in the community and being able to work in a team environment. So those are some of the things that we are working on and partnering with, not only with the city, but our college community too, is to be able to provide those experiences. So whether you're at a community college, whether you're at the university, we're going to make sure that you have that opportunity to learn how to network, to meet some of the business leaders that are right here in this community, and hopefully get them excited about wanting to be here in Tempe. Because that's another challenge, too. These people can go and work wherever they would like to, and we'd like them to stay right here in our hometown to be part of the Tempe business community.
One area I've seen some success in, and I believe you partner with the city in this, is the Career Ready program, even for those high school students. We were lucky enough to have an intern from Career Ready here at the college this past summer, and she just brought a new dynamic, a new voice. But she also was able to walk away, like you said, with some of those soft skills, communication, project planning, relationship building. So it excites me to see what we're doing with some of these partnerships. 100% agree.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, because we love Career Ready. That's kind of a passion for myself in the sense that we've had it for 6 years. And just re-energized it this last couple of years. And we have a great relationship with the City of Tempe and the Economic Development Department, because they are a big key to the success of this program. But to be able to check in with these young students in high school, that they're sophomores and juniors, and to be able to get them to partner with a local business has been so rewarding on a lot of different levels, not just for the students, but like you said, to the businesses, to really have that fresh young voice and to be able to be part of the future workforce. Everybody talks about wanting to give back and wanting to help that future workforce. This is a great opportunity for businesses to be able to do that. So not only through the hard skills of whatever the job may be, but just about being a good person, a good employee, showing up on time, being able to do all those things that sometimes we take for granted.
You touched on a lot of just those important skills that entry-level employees need for those businesses. But let's talk a little bit now about the adults, the older students. Many adults are already working. They're raising families. They're balancing multiple part-time jobs. At least that's a lot of the demographic here at Rio Salado College. How can workforce programs and colleges work better together to support the new majority learners is what the population has been identified as? They're more and more coming back to school, sometimes for a class to gain a skill, sometimes for a credential, maybe for a full degree. But how can we partner together as they pursue upskilling or career changes? Maybe you could think about that and address a little bit of that, Robin.
Sure. I think that it's really key right now when we talk about collaboration and how important it is to be able to bring all these different resources together to really, help the employee in a lot of ways. So it is really essential to me for them to learn about what's available. First and foremost, there are so many great resources, whether it's through our community college. I know Rio has such a great flexible, I think you guys even have an 8-week course that a lot of people probably don't know about. And I think there is also the opportunity to learn about financial aid. And so there isn't any barriers for those individuals that may want to do some type of upskilling. I think to be able to pull those resources together and let them know how they are available and they're attainable, that they're able to do that. And that is not only just working with the employee themselves, but the employers too. I think that's really key. I think another thing we hear a lot too is about, childcare. Sometimes childcare for kids, for these employees is really hard because they have to make tough decisions. Are they going to stay home and take care of the child, or are they going to make enough money to be able to help support with childcare? So that's another issue that I think that needs to be addressed at some level also. There's just a lot of things I think that we're able to do with our workforce readiness programs. I know with the City of Tempe and things that they're doing, and just maybe even having flexible work schedules. There's just a lot of different opportunities to be able to do different things for our employees, to keep them in-house and make sure that we are taking advantage of them already being there. So they're there, they want to be there. Let's do everything that we can to make sure they have the right skills to want to stay and they have the right resources around them so they're comfortable being there and staying in the workforce. I think that's one of the things that, we can do as our organization, the Tempe Chamber. We want to make sure that it's not just about the employer, but it's about the employee. And it's really important that, everybody is happy, loves where they work. And to me, that's what success looks like.
Lisa, for the City of Tempe's Economic Development Department, what does this look like as you scan the horizon of the workforce in Tempe?
So there's a lot that Robin touched on that is critical. One of them, when she mentions the Career Ready program, one of the key outcomes of that is exposure to the workforce, exposure to the employers, and that's one thing I think when you mentioned some of the city programs, so there's a number of them that we work in collaboration with a lot of our partners, both internal teams and external. Career Ready was mentioned, but we do a number of career fairs. There's Tempe Thrive, there's the College Connect, there's Tempe Works, there's the Envision Center. So there's a number of programs that we work in partnership, and it's trying to get to the families at all different levels. So you have the young children, so it's exposure to what's available to them. And Robin mentioned that it's getting them to know what's available out there for them and what entry points they can enter. So when we talk about micro-credentialing and being able to get some of those upskilling that they may not even be aware of. And in having all these different types of programs, we can talk to the students, we can talk to the parents, we can talk to the whole family of what's available. So I think that was really critical on some of the outcomes of Career Ready.
You both mentioned that flexibility needed by young adults or adults who are trying to upskill or reskill. Rio Salado, obviously, we focus on the flexible education. We have Monday starts. You can start classes most Mondays. We have online asynchronous education. You can do it on your time when it's available. But from your perspective, what role does Rio then play in meeting some of these needs you're discussing? Lisa?
For sure. Thank you. That one's a great one. So when I mentioned micro-credentialing, what I really find is in partnership with Rio and what's been successful is working directly with the employers on what they need and building programs quickly around what their needs are. I know we're talking 3D printing, we're talking some technology, we're talking the maintenance of the 3D printers and what that looks like. We're going to need people to fix them and adjust them. And that's just the start of it. There's so much in that 8-week course or few months course that can really upskill people to meet the demands of the employers really quickly, which hasn't been the case historically, right? It takes a long time to turn a big ship. But that's where I see Rio and the Maricopa colleges really stepping up and helping.
And that's something we're really excited about, launching new programs and bringing those skills to the employers that they need. Robin, when we talk about that workforce development and the business development, where do Rio and the Chamber come together, maybe outside of just direct student education?
Well, I think we come together in a lot of different ways because we are able to understand a little bit better in regards to what our business community is looking for, what some of their challenges are, what kind of gaps are out there, and how we can definitely fill them. And I think, Lisa mentioned it, is the flexibility with Rio, too, to be able to create the different programs to address the needs that are happening. And it's not just the quickness to be able to turn things around. It's the accessibility that Rio Salado brings to the table. I think it's great. And we love to be able to share that with our employers, with our employees. So it's really easy to partner with Rio. We create some really fun new ideas. There was one opportunity that we had with Geeks Night Out to really get Rio Salado involved. That was back in my other life when I was a city council member. And they were so willing to partner and to be able to bring the right people to the table to really enhance whatever it is, whatever program that we're working on. So I value our partnership with Rio Salado and the things that we've been able to do together. And I'm really looking forward to our Next Gen Fellowship program for those that are going to be in the college realm, students that are looking to just get a little bit more engaged in the business community here locally. And I think that will be our next program, one of the things that we're working on, but also being able to have those round tables with the different industries is going to be really key. And we love it because I feel like we can be a little bit of a hub to bring everybody together and bring those resources together so we create the best program, the best product that really benefits not only the employers but the employees too.
I think you both mentioned a lot of what we do is just the three entities bringing the right people to the table. Yes. To start those discussions, to continue those discussions, to do the analysis, to look at the data, to talk to the businesses and find out what do you need. And like you said, Robin, it could be an industry roundtable, it could be a chamber meeting, it could be, members of leadership sitting on boards with the city or the chamber. There's a lot of ways that we're coming together. It really needs to be that fluid discussion from start to finish. And I'm really excited that we're great partners in working together on that. Throw this question out there a little bit to my next one, but just do either one of you want to kind of dive into what you see as the future for Tempe for the next 5 to 10 years?
What do you think, Lisa?
Oh boy!
Do you want to take this? Well,
I'll let you start. You have the history of your view.
I do. You know what? I kind of have a unique. I am a lifelong resident of Tempe. I was born and raised in Tempe, so I've definitely seen the evolution and the growth, and I've been able to see it from different perspectives. Being a former school board member and a Tempe City Council member, and now really learning more about where our businesses land. It's just been a great perspective to be able to see things differently. And what I see coming is more of what we've been doing in the sense of really providing a unique culture for a great business culture. I had the opportunity to meet with some new business that was coming to town. They just opened their business here, a nice new restaurant that took over like an old traditional restaurant that had been there for so long. And one of the things that they said that really stuck out, he said, this has got to be the most friendly city, that we are so excited to be part of Tempe because all the right people have come and said, welcome to Tempe. And I see more of that in the future, us continuing to work to be able to grow Tempe in the right places, but not only just focusing on the growth, but really ensuring that our legacy type businesses that are here continue to be successful and want to stay here. I think sometimes it's easy for those individuals to get lost, those businesses, because they've been around for a while, they've been doing really well. And I think it's kind of up to us and the city to be able to continue to work together to make sure that we are looking at all the different types of businesses here. So I see growth really happening, and I hope that we continue to look at making sure that we're still diverse. And that's one of the things that we've always talked about. And I think there's always something here for anyone. There is something that they will find here to do, whether it's through entertainment, whether it's through education, whether, it is for a work environment or a place to live. Tempe has it all, and I think we're going to continue to enhance that.
I love that. Lisa, do you want to add to that?
Thanks. Yes, so Robin has that perspective of being here. I moved to Tempe not too long ago, so I have the newbie perspective, and spot on friendly. Anywhere we went, it was, wow, this is almost like the Disney effect, because everywhere we went, people were happy, and I said, it has to be the sun. It has to be the sun. Just have a lot of energy, and that's great. Like you can feel the energy in Tempe. That's one piece, coming in, looking at it objectively, and I think building on that will be the future for Tempe in innovation and entrepreneurship and spin-offs from the universities and colleges, and also from our manufacturers. There's some businesses that'll spin off from what they have. In attracting more. I think that energy is really one of the magnets that helps businesses want to be here and to stay here and grow.
So as we've outlined the future for Tempe, what does that look like then for the future of the Chamber, economic development, and Rio Salado, so that we can strengthen that continued economic mobility and expand opportunities for residents? You want to try that one, Lisa?
Oh, sure. I'll start. So I guess you're asking our wish list.
Yes.
My future wish is really building on the collaboration, and as you mentioned, bringing people together and understanding the needs and how we move forward. And I would take that one step further: is what are our action items? What are we going to do together to really move the needle? And that would be my wish, is to have a collaborative strategy with actionable pieces to it. And I think we've got the right group right here to help do that.
I'll agree. Robin?
No, yeah, I agree. Definitely. I definitely think that is really important. I think the one thing that's going to be really key is that we continue to listen. That listening to our business community, to the employees, to really understand what the needs are, what kind of resources can we pull together. And I think that Lisa's 100% right. When we talk about collaboration, I believe in the future that is going to be more critical than it's ever been in the past. So I think that together we've got a really great team. We love to partner and do things together. And, I think one of the old sayings in Tempe is together we're better. And I think we live that motto. So absolutely, I think it's going to be great.
I am certainly looking forward to seeing it. Before we end, you both mentioned a number of resources. You talked about Next Gen, Robin, and we talked about Career Ready. We talked about Envision, Lisa. Can you both kind of share where listeners might be able to find some of this information? Robin?
Sure. We have a great website that people can go and check on. And you know what? I'm an open book. I love it when people come and ask me, where can they fit, what looks good to them. And we like to offer a variety of different things because, not one thing is great for everybody. So we love to do it from a business owner's perspective. We love to be able to get the employees that are here locally involved too. So there is a lot of really great opportunities. We say, come to something, come check it out and see what you think, and tell your neighbor, tell your friend, tell your person that next to you in your desk. We would love to be able to create that type of a culture where everybody really loves Tempe as much as I love Tempe, and that the chamber really does become a key role into their success and the things that they're doing, and especially building those relationships and having the ability to support other businesses is really key. And that's one thing that we always try to focus on too, is the importance of supporting each other, staying local. And remember, for me, like we said, we talked about collaboration and how important that is definitely one of the things that we were going to continue to focus on too. So, yeah.
Listeners, that's an open invite. You can find all the
Absolutely.
events on the Tempe Chamber website. Lisa?
All right, so this is our shameless plug for the new economic development website. So
Nice.
that will be coming out soon. So we're very excited about that because we're pulling together all these resources into one spot and being able to point people in the right direction, whether you need chamber assistance, you need the Rio Salado assistance, you need our council, whichever direction we need to help point them to, but having that key resource. So that's coming soon. I'm excited.
Another thing too we didn't really talk about is social media.
Yes.
That is a great way. I guess I'm not very good at it because I didn't mention it first and foremost, Michelle. So I guess I need my own work. And if you talk to I talk to Gianna, and she's going to tell me I'm not very good at social media, and I could be better. And I'm working on it. But please, follow us. That's a great way to find out what's going on. And same with economic development in the City of Tempe. We always try to post things together if we definitely can. That's a great way to collaborate, to just hit a bigger audience. But that is another really great opportunity, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or
LinkedIn. We're
LinkedIn
on LinkedIn
for
now.
sure. That's right. Yeah. So follow us, individually or follow us as an organization. We would definitely welcome that partnership.
This has been a wonderful discussion. I hope our listeners understand we don't work in silos. We truly do work together in the community to try to build up and continue to move forward the economic mobility, the people, the town, just everything about Tempe. And I'm very grateful for you both being here today. Please come back and listen to Wave Makers next time you have an opportunity. Take care. Thank you both. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.